One of the foundations of social work, per the Code of Ethics, is the importance of human relationships. And it seems to me that the theory um, or that the basis of strengths based perspective as a way of working with clients um, builds on that ethic of relationships, that the collaborative nature of the strengths based perspective allows, encourages even more of a relationship between the social worker and the client. And many aspects of the research around strengths based perspective suggest that, the very nature of the positive relationship can help in treatment. There's a lot that appeals about the strengths based perspective. One of the things that I noted as I was first starting to think about it was like, how does this differ from just happy talk? And you don't want to pretend that things aren't tough. So how do you sort of focus on strengths without making someone feel like you're talking down to them? And I appreciated in the article from Scotland from 2012, Strengths-Based Approaches for Working with Individuals, that the second bullet, focusing on strengths does not mean ignoring challenges or spinning struggles into strengths. I like that, not just because it is alliterative, but because it tackles directly the question of like someone coming back at you to say, you're ignoring what my problems are. We're not ignoring. We're trying to locate your problems within the larger context of what tools and strengths do you have to cope with those. Um, so I can see myself using this perspective, I think, pretty naturally. I have a fairly positive outlook. Um, but I would be guided for sure by a lot of the materials, obviously, that we're reading. Um, I was also struck again in this Scotland article, the notion of narrative, of building a client's story into, bringing in all the parts of their life that may support the the strengths approach and pulling it into a real narrative. And I feel like that's something that I have a strength in myself, having studied narrative and taught. And in fact, I have worked with Annie Brewster, who's a doctor at she's the author of this book, Healing Power of Storytelling. She's a emergency doctor at Mass General, and she runs this program called the Health Story Collaborative. And it's, one element of what is also coming into focus, a practice of narrative medicine, that allowing patients to tell their stories, whatever the outcome medically, is a way of helping them focus their energies on what healing means to them. And so I can see myself sort of building on the reading that I've done and the conversations I've had with Annie Brewster to build my own kind of strengths-based approach. Okay, thanks.